Your confidence implies such a huge amount to you. Have you generally discussed it's an equilibrium? I would rather not jam it down to anyone's throat, yet I don't deny my confidence. That is a considerably greater sin, you know. It's not famous in my industry, yet you realize I can't deny my confidence you realize. I think you'll keep on opening individuals' eyes. I accept that they gave me an off-base arrangement. Since this industry is a beast, it's the very beast that these me also was attempting to enlighten you concerning. I went through something that I figured I could never under any circumstance go through. All of us are managing the unavoidable, just mortality, thus to perceive how Stu dealt with that, with effortlessness and poise, and how it's reassuring individuals to embrace those things, and to be strong in cherishing, and consistently abandoning individuals in a bold and genuine move. Imprint reveals insight into the upsetting truth behind the boycotting of the strong movie sound of opportunity. Imprint Wahlberg is going to uncover the dull and turned truth of the business explicitly in regards to the stunning boycotting of the strong movies. This story will enrapture your consideration and wake you up to the privileged insights the diversion monsters needed to keep stowed away. Plan to be bolted as we dig into the secrets Hollywood didn't believe you should be aware. Before we get into the main issue, we should make way for what went down with Sound of Opportunity. The movie depends on a strong, genuine story following the gallant excursion of Tim Ballard, a previous government employable, as he fights to safeguard honest kids from illegal exploitation. With a convincing and huge story, it's difficult to accept it confronted any difficulties. And afterwards he's taking a gander at them, all the wonder characters. And he says this is the way I saved the world, as will before long find Hollywood had different plans in store. What's the story behind this confusing circumstance? How might such a significant and fruitful movie be sidelined and disregarded? The straightforward response lies in the obligation of media organizations, as opposed to putting the obligation to prove anything on the actual movie. It ought to be on the media organizations to recognize its importance. While evaluating a film is one thing, totally neglecting its presence brings up issues about reasonableness and acknowledgement in the business. The story behind Sound of Opportunity goes past diversion. It reveals insight into a worldwide issue that influences endless lives. The movie's excursion to the cinema turned into a fight against concealed foes, not entirely set in stone, to hold its intense message back from arriving at the majority. Imprint Wahlberg's unflinching obligation to truth and equity is a demonstration of the strength of the human soul against considerable chances. The arrival of Jim Caviezel's most recent movie Sound of Opportunity has sent shockwaves through Hollywood's elites, as it shockingly rules the movies, clashing with the most recent Mission Unthinkable portion. Sound of Opportunity demonstrates crowds pine for strong narrating that doesn't comply with the regular Hollywood story. In a new meeting with Fox News, Jim Caviezel energetically declares that Hollywood feelings of dread the Sound of Opportunity and is shaking in their boot. The movie's message urges general society to pay attention to their heart, which reverberates profoundly with crowds in spite of established press absence of inclusion. Caviezel stays resolute communicating fulfillment with the movie's underlying $2 million opening end of the week, yet enthusiastically craving more accomplishment to raise further mindfulness for the kids influenced by the issues featured in the film. The public's staggering reaction shows that legitimate narrating catches hearts and spellbinds. Crowds were being screwed by traditional press. We're not getting any inclusion, Caviezel said. And I'm content with the $2 million, he said, in a reference to tickets bought in the initial end of the week. Yet I need much more, since I need the kids. Imprint Wahlberg, the eminent entertainer and maker, is the main thrust behind my Sound of Opportunity. In a new disclosure that sent shockwaves through the business, he valiantly uncovered the malicious powers that look to cover this effective task. So to have the option to give my children a superior life, for follow and seek after their fantasies, Whether it be my little girl as an equestrian, my child is a b-ball player, my most youthful child as a golf player in a sincere meeting, he divulges the endeavors to boycott the movie and quiet its strong message, leaving every one of us doubting the hazier side of Hollywood. So what precisely stamped Wahlberg say, which has sent shockwaves to Hollywood internet-based viral posts, are getting out and about, charging that Hollywood entertainer Imprint Wahlberg offered a striking expression: Hollywood pedophiles have no place passed on to conceal these cases, have built up momentum on Twitter, collecting countless perspectives, and were at first joined by a Group's Voice article, which has since been erased anyway, leftovers of the story's snippet shared via virtual entertainment, proposes that Wahlberg had likewise attested that a strong gathering of Hollywood insiders had started a conflict against the business. Tip-top, the news has mixed signify consideration and hypothesis about what these disclosures could mean for the business future. As per the STG report online, Wahlberg uncovered an upsetting side of Hollywood, revealing insight into a DIN organization purportedly associated with pedophilia, kid prostitution, and illegal exploitation. He alludes to those in charge as wiped out oddities and cases. An inescapable culture of quiet inside the business exists, revolting against tip-top pedophilia is accepted to be deserving of death, establishing a climate where individuals dread uncovering reality. Wahlberg energetically acclaims Jim Caviezel and Mel Gibson, hailing them as American legends with chunks of steel for valiantly testing the Hollywood framework. These momentous entertainers' play had a huge impact in bringing issues to light about the upsetting issue of tip-top pedophilia inside media outlets. Their fortitude in revealing insight into this scourge has gained them reverence and appreciation, as they courageously defied the dim insights that some really like to keep stowed away anyway. This news was commented as phony by, and by there is as of now no validated proof to help the case that Wahlberg offered such an expression, and his delegate has completely denied any relationship with it anyway. Another news happened that Imprint Wahlberg and Mel Gibson are chipping away at a venture together. The expectation and dread in Hollywood are substantial as the unique couple of Imprint Wahlberg and Mel Gibson united by and by for an impending movie. Mel Gibson, who has likewise as of late pointed against the Hollywood elites and portrayed Hollywood's plan for boycotting Sound of Opportunity, is bringing together with Imprint Wahlberg, which will drop the sensation on Hollywood, and it will send chills down the spine of Hollywood. Tip-top Tinseltown is on guard, unsure about the stunners that may be divulged. There's a large number of youngsters, there's great many kids, so that is genuinely talking, that is a negligible detail. Yet that is not even the juiciest part. Mark is prodding with enticing clues, recommending that all the more big cheese superstars are prepared to open up and spill every one of the insider facts locked away in the sparkling vaults of Hollywood's tip-top. The dispersion freedoms for the exceptionally expected film Flight Hazard have been procured, and it's set to highlight, in all honesty, the extraordinary Imprint Wahlberg leading the pack job. Adding to the fervor, the unbelievable Mel Gibson will coordinate the film. Joe Drake, the seed of Lionsgate movie bunch, made the declaration in Flight Hazard. Imprint Wahlberg will assume the undeniably exhilarating job of a pilot endowed with shipping a risky criminal to his looming preliminary. While the film's rundown stays strange, the activity, pressed qualifications of both Gibson and Wahlberg are sufficient to top the interest of film lovers and activity fans, the same as the task takes flight. We can hardly stand by to see what these two powerful powers in Hollywood have coming up for us. The expectation is taking off well when the Hollywood elites could have felt that keeping Sound of Opportunity undercovers would assist them. They with willing face new difficulty now, and individuals can't resist the urge to simply guess about what's in the store for them. Hollywood elites wrestle with a reality they can't overlook: the resonating help the public shows for stars like Mel Gibson and Imprint Wahlberg. Individuals' decision to revitalize behind these people who stay consistent.